Hello guys, I mean look at you. You are looking into the art alternative because you have decided that a chronic illness doesn't mean it has to be incurable or fatal. I want to set down some talking points. Let's talk about some spoons. Okay, I heard this when I was online with this wonderful, wonderful chronic illness group, and the way that they describe this is, put it in my own kind of story. If I get it wrong, I'm sorry, but this is to the best of my knowledge, okay? There's two ladies, picture them in a hospital cafeteria, sitting there talking to each other, trying to grab a bite to eat. The first lady says, well, you know, my father, he had a heart attack, and they took him in for surgery, and we're waiting to find out the result of how he came out of the surgery, and the whole family's here, and we're just also worried and stressed, and it is an unimaginable scenario to us. And she says, okay, so why are you here? Barbara is pretty used to the fact that she doesn't need to bring this up in conversation because she has been told by people, whether they're saying it outright or not, that I don't believe you. So she hasn't offered it up, but she wants to be a nice, courteous, kind person. So she says, I had an attack of, we'll say it's lupus. We'll call her Barbara. So Barbara says, I had an attack of lupus. My digestion went completely out of control, and my pain levels have gone through the roof, and a hospital visit is a regular thing for me to be able to try to manage some of the symptoms of my illness. And the other lady looks at her and she says, you don't look sick. What do you do with that, right? What do you do with that? Yeah, you want to be courteous. You want to have this wonderful exchange. You're finally out of the house. You're finally doing something. You're meeting a new person. How wonderful is that? And you say, thank you. And you kind of leave it there. You don't need to go further. And she says, I don't understand. I've heard of lupus, but I don't know what it does. And so Barbara says, well, it is my immune system attacking me physically in numerous different places in the body. And that is what lupus is. And she says, kind of gives her that look like, not quite there. And she goes over to the utensil tray and she grabs a bunch of spoons, about 40. And she parcels them out. There's 12 spoons over here. And she hands the other 28 spoons to the other lady. And Barbara says, these spoons represent the amount of energy I have in a day. I don't get more spoons. You have 28 spoons there. You might get 50 if you need it. You can have extra energy kick in. You have all the spoons that you really need to be able to get through any day, and you can call up more if you need them. With a chronic illness, and chronic illness sufferers like me, you get 12 spoons. Once you use them, they're gone. That's it. That's all you can do for the day is 12 spoons. And that's on a good day. Like, if something happened to you, you had an argument, or you had to do something that was extremely physical for even a few minutes, or you had a pain attack, a digestive attack, any of those kind of things, that could reduce the amount of spoons that you have for the next day and maybe 3 to 5 days to come to 3. That's all you have for the whole day, but you never have more than 12 on your best day. So this is a really good metaphor for us to use when talking to other people about how a chronic illness affects us. I have 3 spoons left. Don't tick me off. If you have 3 spoons left, it might not be the best time to go through a learning experience. But if all you ever get is 3 spoons, well, you got to start somewhere. You take one of those spoons and you start with one little chunk and you get going. If you have the option of choosing a 6 to 12 spoon day, then by all means choose a 6 to 12 spoon day. I wouldn't recommend, if you are working on 12 spoons, that you spend more than 3 spoons on any section of this course. We don't want to put you behind. We don't want to make it more difficult for you to get through living the day. And even a person with a chronic illness has things they have to do, right? You have things that you are still trying to get out. You have ways that you are still trying to be there, be alive, and contribute. So don't use all your spoons on this course if you don't really need to, or have that complete belief that each and every piece of this is just going to come out smooth and wonderful. When I did all these steps, I had to do them a few different times. I had to spend time on it and thinking about it. I was crafting it. But even as I was crafting it, I kept finding that there were negatives in an intent statement, or that I wasn't tapping fully into the looking experience, or that I just needed to add a little bit at the end. This beautiful 15 minutes that you get, and we recommend twice a day, 15 minutes with your own brain. It's kind of like meditation, but not exactly. I can't meditate. I'm a total crazy all over the place brain person. This is something I could do. I can't sit still. I have to have a purpose for my thoughts, and my thoughts are always in action, even when my body has lost all its spoons. So, pace your spoons, and feel free to use this metaphor anytime that you need. So somebody who isn't in the middle of it or experiencing it can kind of understand where you are on any given day. We're going to be moving on to the next part of the program, which is being able to recognize your body as energy. And so we'll see you there.